buying businesses or selling businesses or creating some sort of impact. Yeah, that change is messy, but that's why we're here. That's the problem we solve, is we create a lot of clarity in that change and help give options and put it on the table for them.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Connections That Matter, where we have great conversations with Northern Colorado's best networkers. Today, I have a NoCo networker celebrity. We got Ian, who's the head of Sure Networking, head of sector partnerships, and a great financial wealth advisor as well.
Yeah.
So, Ian, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Wow. I serve people. I enjoy things that raise the tide. So if I can get into a project that's going to help people, I usually want to get my hands on it in some way. But ultimately, I'm helping people with their money. I'm helping them grow what they've created and then getting ready for whatever's next. Whatever that could be, oh boy, it could be retirement. It could be exiting a business. It could be getting into a new business interest. It really depends on where they're at, where they're trying to go. We just help them get there.
How is the inflection points, right? Because I think people think about the big moments, having a kid, getting married, starting a business, selling a business, maybe getting that first big promotion. Or is it more granular? Is it like day to day, year to year kind of stuff?
Yeah, it depends on the person. Right, you really got to meet people where they're at. So if they're in their day-to-day granular business and we have the tools and resources to help them, we're going to step up and help them. I would much rather go after those big events, though. Yeah. If somebody's going to be retiring or exiting a business, that's a wealth event, right? They're changing from accumulation to distribution, and that change itself is a masterful. If done correctly, if planned correctly, like done with a strategy.
Well, I would imagine if somebody is stable, there's not a lot of change, there's steady growth as an advisor, you can really do a lot with that, right? You can put them on long-term trajectories. On the flip side, let's say things are volatile. I'm selling businesses, I'm buying businesses, I'm moving, now I got a different job over here and a different plan over here. I also might need to lean on an advisor in those situations as well.
Yeah. In fact, I prefer the latter. I like working with basic accumulators, the W-2 employees, getting their 401ks and their IRAs filled up. Those are great. But people who are actually creating significant change, like you say, or buying businesses or selling businesses or creating some sort of impact, yeah, that change is messy. But that's why we're here. That's the problem we solve, is we create a lot of clarity in that change and give options and put it on the table for them. Because, I mean, if you don't know that there's money on the table, well, then you never knew you left money on the table. Where we come in and show you, well, here, now there's two options to take money. Which one do you want? I think that sounds a lot more attractive.
Sure.
Yeah.
Really cool. I was recently founded in FoCo. You were on the speaker list, and we're talking about silos, though. So for those who weren't in attendance on that awesome session, share a little bit about what you talked about.
Oh boy, thanks. Yeah, founded in FoCo. That was a fun speech. So the speech was called "Silos to Strategy," and boy, how much time do we have? It really comes down, if I highlight the whole speech, it comes down to there's pockets of information, strategies, resources, just things that people can use that they just don't know are even there. I think a prime example is that most people don't know that they need to have a basic relationship with a banker. That is the most basic relationship.
Like not a bank. They don't need to have a bank. They need a relationship with a banker, a human being.
Yeah, an actual relationship. Yes. If you're going to build wealth, the banker's probably one of the first people you should know, because they're the ones that are going to help you. That's their job, is to help you build that wealth. Just like an advisor helps you invest that wealth and build it faster, their job is to help you build it right out of the gate. If you have nothing or less than nothing, their job is still to help you build it. So that's been phenomenal, just showing people that you got to have these relationships. Anyways, so we bring these silos of relationships in. on the site. The website, so the website is nocofsp.com, and it is going to be a general pool of financial resources for those who are maybe needing basic budgeting or how to get out of debt, to buying their first home, all the way to how do I exit my $200 million company. Right? Mm-hmm. These are all financial problems. There's just two different sides of the coin. And so we need to have these resources available, because you'd be shocked how many people just don't know where to go. Prime examples, like my own mother, while this is in my speech, my own mother, she's passed now, but she was a serial entrepreneur. I would see her start businesses. She would go out, create an amazing business, start creating all this income, and then not know how to take profit. Doesn't know how to draw profit on. So when the going is good, she would do well, and then could cover when times were rough. Problem was, times would get rough and competitors would come in and swoop her and take her out of business. And I'd see it over and over. And so it became very passionate for me to help those who are trying to just get their traction, right? If you're finding a little bit of success, now what do you do with it? Right? If some competitor comes in, they'll crush you. So how do we build this success faster? How do we plan a successful house? How do we receive the success that we're trying to attract? And that's what that whole speech was about. How do we bring all that together?
Why don't you think that people come together naturally? Why do the silos exist, and what are you doing to help break them up?
It's tough to say why the silos exist. I think it's just the system in its course, right? It's just the way it's been working. But if we can bring them together, we're going to solve, I think, enormous issues around Northern Colorado. So one way that we're kind of doing this, and this is not a financial sector partnership thing. This is a different tide raising event. So in Greeley, there is a major gap for youth sports. Or for youth in sports, I should say. There's a rec system. It's great. They sell out all the time. And guess who's left out? Those who don't have the money to get there. They don't have the transportation, and they don't have the funds, right? So we and a few others have decided to put together a program that now offers after-school sports for all 4th and 5th graders in Greeley. So all 19 schools now offer after-school sports. We're talking like 1,000 plus kids getting free access to coaching, equipment. Sorry if I'm bumping the mic. Equipment, all the other fun stuff. But we're paying teachers enough money to help out. It's worth their while to coach these kids. And it's incredible. And that's the kind of impact we want to see.
Well, one thing watching you is you take leadership around the people coming together. You're speaking at Founded and FoCo. There's really like more, not just being a good wealth manager, wealth advisor, but being a thought leader in the space and putting energy into becoming the solution. I'm interested in the thing of business owners who are trying to differentiate themselves in their market from their competition. But it takes some courage and some guts to put yourself up and out there like you do. So what advice would you have for an entrepreneur who's wanting to set some differentiation?
What advice do I have for an entrepreneur that wants to set some differentiation? Be bold right out of the gate. If you see 10 other people doing it, probably do something else, right? I think that's the best thing we can do. And then, your job is to serve others as a business owner. So just do that as the best you can, right? Like go after your clients like you're going after your wife, or you would have gone after your wife when you were wooing her. Hopefully you're still going after her like that.
Yeah.
But go after your clients hard. This is a relationship. I don't know other people's businesses, but my business is a 30+ year long relationship.
Sure.
And so that is a very serious thing to get into. We absolutely go after each other like we're wooing that person, because I want to know if I want to be with that person for 30 years, if I really want to see them every month or every 3 months or whatever we see each other. But yeah, be bold and go after it. Like what do you got to lose? If you're already at zero, what do you got to lose?
Staying at zero,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't get worse. But you do a lot of networking too, like the Sure networking, the Strength of Windsor now, which is taking off, and having some, and like you mentioned, the financial sector partnership. But in the analogy of like pursuing somebody like you would your spouse, like in a referral relationship, you're getting set up on dates. What insight or what has worked to help receive referrals or be someone who gets those connections that come into you?
Yeah. That's for me, that's a sensitive space. I don't give out referrals. I bring referrals in.
Okay. So net exporter, you bring them, you attract them in.
What I mean by that is I bring them into the meeting. Mm-hmm. And so there's no risk of losing that sale.
Yeah.
Right. So it's much easier. Otherwise, I make great connections. And I think that's a key, is what kind of quality connection can you make for somebody? Making a connection is always, I think, the goal of networking, right? But then what's the quality of the connection that you can actually bring? Mm-hmm. I don't want to be connected to everybody. I can serve everybody. It doesn't mean I want to. And so I don't want to be connected to everybody, but I want to be connected to the right people. And those people that can make high quality connections are the ones that I'm most attracted to. And so that's what I want to be when I'm networking. And so that's what I'm looking for. When I'm talking to somebody, I'm trying to draw out, what's the connection can I make, right? Like, how can I serve this person immediately so they want to reciprocate back with me?
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I love that filter of like, hey, I'm purposely choosy. I'm purposely going after those people that make those high value connections. Because I think a lot of people treat networking like a numbers game, like
it's a social game. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ian, one thing that I see you do when you're networking is you're really specific about who you're going after and who is the right introduction for you. But you're in a position of leadership. There's a lot of people that are coming through your events. There's a lot of people that are trying to get access to you. Yeah. How do you filter the people that you let in, get in that closer inner circle?
Boy, not many get in to the close inner circle. If we're talking like the bros that have my back kind of inner circle, that's a tough position for anybody to get into. Now, I am always willing to let everyone be a 10 when I meet them, meaning like, you are a child of God, you are perfect as you are, until you ruin it for me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're a 10. Right? You're exactly the person I want you to be because you are the person you're supposed to be. And so as long as I go at that with that mindset, I'm happy to go and meet with them, talk to them, network with them. Now, do I want to do business with them or with everyone? Probably not.
Sure.
Right? And so I do have to ask some early questions that help filter those people, which way I send them. And if they want to work with me, great, we can talk about that. But typically, if they're not a good fit, I'm going to push them to some friends that I do work with that are other advisors that can handle them just fine. And I'm on a limited supply of time. And so I take 10 clients a year, and I do have to be very selective about what those 10 are. Now, we've just added some capacity to expand that a little bit, but we're raising fees. Like, it's getting more expensive because the demand is getting higher, which is kind of fun. So, we have to set hard boundaries about who we take on and what we do for a business on a business sense. When it comes to networking, happy to network with people, happy to sit down, have a conversation. I do find myself, though, wanting less of those conversations.
Okay.
And I think it's a maturity thing of networking. I have gone full steam networking for 5 years. I probably went harder than most. And I learned a lot, and I learned a lot about marketing and branding and how to get your name through a system really fast. Yeah. I also learned that there's just a lot of people that are not there to lift you up, and you have to draw some lines, and that's people rely on networking like it's going to save their business and their life, and I'm sorry, it's not going to save that. It is a tool. It won't save your business.
Yeah.
I cannot do it. Nor can the people in the network save your business. So kind of a long answer, but that's where I'm at.
No, I think it's good. And I think it honors the people. Like you said, 30-year relationship where I'm working with these people. So if I choose you, you got to know that I'm going to give you my absolute best for decades. And so by you being careful about who you partner with really honors the people that you do.
Right.
I'm curious about the people that are in that level and the networking that happens at that level. And how is that different for your business than maybe some of the more service level stuff?
The networking at that level, could you define that level?
Yeah, like somebody you've built in, like who can open up, maybe it's you've been working together for 10 years, you have that trust, that recommendation that would come to you or you would go to them is based on personal experience, where you feel the core values, or the bros that are like your ride or dies, they have you, they've been through your business. Do you get different connections from them? Is it more deeper conversations? Like, what does it feel at that higher level?
The highest level referrals are the easiest ones. It is like I get a call from like a CFO of a company that's a friend of mine. He's like, hey, I got a buddy that needs life insurance. He needs $1 million. Hook him up. Cool. All right, here we go. It's already done, right? It's the same kind of referrals I get. It's just a shut door referral. Thanks. At the level we're talking, probably that most people network. Like if you're talking like maybe a BNI or those other pay groups, I can't think of what they are.
Sure.
Say like yours, you have an amazing group. The networking there is different. The referrals are far different. Mm-hmm. I see referrals come through, and some stick, some don't. People aren't as skilled at selling my business at that level as they are at a higher level.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And vice versa. And I don't know a lot of other people's businesses that well either, nor can I sell it that well. And so the referrals, that's why I don't do the referrals at that level. I do connections. Mm-hmm. I won't call it a referral because it's not. This is just a warmed connection. I think they need your services. I think you have the right stuff. But we have a couple meetings and that's it of relationship. So it's not that deep. It's just not, right? Like,
yeah.
Some people, it does go immediately deep though. Mm-hmm. You get that connection and it rocks. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you know the feeling. And there's some people that I've had an hour-long conversation with, and I will send them everybody based on the things they said and how they presented themselves. And I have no problems after that. And there's other people that still got to earn it.
Totally.
And so what I do personally is I will go through a year-long monthly meetings with people for them to see if they'll even stick around. Because they say they want these relationships. Now you got to show up. Yeah. Right. And I get like a 90-some-odd% fail rate of people that say they want this, but they can't show up.
Well, talk is cheap. That's what they say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's fun times. It's a fun way to explore people and relationships and build what networks and see what actually works.
I think you touched on something that was really interesting is some people have just a level of influence over the people in their lives where if they say, hey, you need to do something, the people are like, okay, obviously I will, because I trust you with anything with you. You know, if you are suggesting it, it's going to be a good idea. That having those kind of people who are endorsing you is so powerful. But not everybody has that gift. There's some people who make a suggestion, don't move people the way those others do. And from what I've seen of you, your recommendations are like that high influence. If you were coaching somebody who in business about how to become more persuasive, how to become more influential, what tips would you give?
More influential and more persuasive, what tips would I give? Put the other person first. Just serve. Like it is. If you sit there and listen to someone and you care about what they're saying more than what you're selling, I think hands down you'll absolutely crush it. That's probably the best tip I can give is to serve.
Cool.
Just serve well. That service it has to get spread. Right? People want to talk about that stuff. They want to brag about great service. They want to talk about big wins or amazing relationships. So why not be that? Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about service because I see you serve in the Sure Networking.
Yeah.
And I've only been attending recently, but great events. But what I love about what you're doing is you're leveling up leaders within that community that are taking some of that ownership, that are really loving being more of a feature part of your community.
Right.
Talk to me about the evolution of Sure Networking and where you see it going.
It has evolved a lot. So that was my creation, 5 years ago, when I was super new to everything. This business, networking. I was a total introvert, didn't know what I was doing. But I was going to these events and I was so tired of going to everybody else's events. And I'm like, this is dumb. Why don't I just create one and make everybody come to me?
Yeah.
And sure enough, I had the first one and it worked. And 20 some odd people came and I'm like, okay, this is cool. Let's do it again. And it worked. And it just kept working. And then it stopped working. It's weird. It became this thing because it was about me and what I could get out of it.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, so it stopped working. So I shifted. I said, okay, cool. I'll just make it about my friends, the people that are coming. And so we started advertising the people that are showing up. And surprise, people love that.
Yeah.
Wow. People love a free gift. And a free gift of advertisement and and a stage to speak and share your story on. And I was like, wow, that is when the magic happened, is when we made it about everybody else. And then we started adding nonprofits and say, okay, well, we got the stage. We have all these businesses, all these nonprofits that need that connection. Let's give them a stage. And so I think we were one of the first to have a monthly nonprofit every time come and share what they're doing. And we're not raising money for them. We're a free networking group. Right?
Sure.
But we're giving them a stage in front of 50 or 100 different business owners to share their story, make an ask, or whatever it is they want. It's been incredible. And then every year we've been giving back, through the food bank. You came last year, so thank you for that. That was great.
That was a great networking experience where you're doing something that's selfless, but with somebody else. Yeah, exactly.
That was also in my selfish brain. I was like, I'm going to get pictures right before the holiday of me doing good so I can blast it all over Facebook, right? Look how cool I am. You guys should work with me. That doesn't work that way, right? Come to find out, the food bank absolutely loves it. They ask us to come back every year. They're like, please, we want more of this. Can you bring us more people?
Yeah.
Can you do more free labor? So every year we're going to come back, and we've done it 4 years. We'll be on our 5th year this year. It's exciting stuff, right? Get to serve people in the most unique ways while networking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ian, this has been an awesome conversation. I really appreciate you sharing and letting people into the, what happens at those inner circle kind of things. If people want to come network with you at Sure Networking or do a one-to-one, maybe they want to be one of your 10 clients this year, how is the best way to get a hold of you?
Oh, boy. The best way to get a hold of me could be through our website at rlfarmerws.com. That's for wealth strategies.
Yeah.
Or they could email me at ian@rlfarmer.ws.com. I'm happy to answer questions and be a resource for people. I love talking finance, and we do this all the time, whether it's a credit or lending or investment or even just basic budgeting and savings. These are the conversations we want to have. We want to be sharing and educating people. As the co-chair of the Financial Sector Partnership, that's absolutely one of our major initiatives, is to go and educate as many people as possible. And so we want to get in front of business owners, nonprofits, everybody, right? Schools, everything. We want to connect businesses to schools. So if any businesses are in finance, preferably, and they want to educate high schools, universities, we have the access to connect them. It's incredible.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then if somebody wants to come to Sure Networking last Wednesday of the month, how do they find where those are posted?
Boy, we only post on Facebook.
Okay.
So we're only lacked there. And it's a private group. So you have to find it. It's an orange and yellow sunish, says Sure Networking. You can look it up. If you request to be a member, I'm sure somebody will let you in pretty quickly. There's an email list. If you know somebody that's going, you can ask them to take you because it is free and it's open to the public, but we keep our membership private online.
It's like speakeasy vibes. You got to know somebody to get access.
Know somebody to get in. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll you know a podcast host that could get you in. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me and I'll see you at Sure Networking. Ian, this has been great.
That's
Thanks
awesome.
for sharing, and we'll see you around either the Sector Partnership, Strength of Windsor, Sure Networking, or around Northern Colorado.
Right on. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey all, thanks for watching. I love networking and building relationships with other Northern Colorado business leaders. So if you want to come meet some of these podcast guests, meet me, or meet some other amazing entrepreneurs in Northern Colorado, I would love to have you attend one of our next events. Go in the podcast description. There's a ways that you can see our upcoming schedule, and maybe you could be a future podcast guest as well. Thanks.